Hello, how are you? This is Julie Bling. Today's project is using Regal Flora bundle. So, do it like that or like this. Isn't that pretty? Why don't you pull out, there we go. So, Regal Flora is a beautiful bundle and it cuts out all these images. I'll also be using decal rectangles. And this is Avid Stampers, which means if you buy the bundle through me, you'll get your 3 card kits. So this is number 1 in the mail just a few days after the due date cutoff, which is right here. I've got it written down. Regal Flora bundle, item number 164034, $46.75, which is a very reasonable bundle. And if you order it by November 26th, I'll send you the 3 card kits for free. And today we're going to be making the first card kit. And this is how it will arrive in the mail. So it's got the bow done. If I can do it, if there's die cut pieces, I will do them for you. Won't do any of the stamping. But you have quite a few of the dies included in your bundle. But I'll do everything else I can do for you, and it will be here in your kit, and we'll make this in just a minute. Be using this rustic striped ribbon, and this design came from earlier in the year in January. I made Avid Stampers, so 3 card kits using the bundle everyday details, and I use the same layout. Let me pull it. Oh, it's right here. And here's the template. But don't worry, your kit is already scored and most of it is cut. But in the video description are the paper cut sizes and where to do the scoring. And then we're just going to cut like that. But we'll do that here with the kit. Also these gems. Pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive back dots. And I was thinking, oh, pecan pie is a little bit of a stretch trying to have it match with the pebbled path, but it matches so well with the combination of the wild wheat pebbled path, it works just fine. And Regal Flora is on page 35 in the mini catalog, and it's a whole spread. So here's this with the beautiful papers. But there's also all these samples. It's so pretty. Okay, so here's a sample. So this is what you'd get in your kit is your ribbon and gems. These pieces are to cut out, and this die is kind of fun. One die cuts out 2 pieces. It cuts out this ring around the outside, and then it also cuts the inside part with this little hash mark all the way around it. So when you look on here, let me put this underneath. See how there's 2 different color pieces? That one die does all of that. So cut those out. Here they are. Look at that. So we'll use those. And here's how your pieces will come. And I put the pieces on with temporary adhesive, and to remove them, hold the diagonal corners and give it a twist. And if you don't want the adhesive there, you could roll it and it will come off. But usually you could just leave it in place. So let's just start at the top, and then we'll decorate it. So I'm stamping in jammies. I haven't used my little glue tool all night long. I've heard from quite a few of you, I stamp in jammies all the time. So this designer paper, do your best to cut it out straight up and down, because if you don't, it makes your whole card look crooked. such as this. But because there's going to be so much going over the top, I didn't redo it. But I have the pattern going at a little bit of an angle, and it makes the card look a little bit crooked. Don't like that. But I think you see very little of it. I think it's going to be just fine. Okay, so that one is on. Just a whole bunch of layering of pieces. It's a whole bunch of cutting of pieces. So that's the top piece. Look how pretty that paper is. That's nice too. Okay, these are inside pieces. So this is the base paper, and it's cut to 5.5 by 8.25. It's a little bit short, which creates this little edge here, and you won't see that at all. In the end, it's all going to be rolled up. So it won't sit against the edge here. It's way back over there. So this is scored at 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I cut it 3/4 of an inch down to here and 1.5 inches down from the top to right here. And I'm just going to trim these at an angle. Okay, now the base piece is ready to roll. And this is for stamping. So now that you have this, we're just going to fold this one back. Just back and forth with these folds, these score lines. Okay, so there it is, and accordion fold back and forth. Okay, so now we can start sticking on these layers. We'll start with the top one. This layer here is pretty much the same exact size. I'm going to put adhesive all over here and stick the top layer. Maybe I should do this inside one, just because it'd be better if this wasn't in the way. It doesn't matter which one you do first. Get the corners. Put it down there at the bottom corner, top. Make sure it's flat against the bottom, and then it's in place. Okay, same with this one. I'm going to line up this bottom corner, top corner, okay. It's happening. These pieces go in here. Oops. It's sticking. These go right here. Isn't that pretty already? Okay, so we will work on the gold in just a minute. Let's stamp on the vanilla the words, wishing I were there to give you a hug, which is just very nice. And I'm going to do that in Pebbled Path. So get it inked. And I'll probably test it first just to make sure that my little spot has enough inker on it. Oh, that's just fine. I love Pebbled Path. I don't want it to go away. And this stamp, I tried quite a few times to get it lined up, and I kept doing it crooked. Like even this one is going uphill just a little bit. Because there's going to be so much decoration around it, I don't think it'll be noticeable. But I ended up putting it on the block, and I don't know, I think it was me that was getting it confused. But I put the top of the letters parallel with the edge of the block. And then after that, it goes on quite straight. Okay, so let's do some stamping. So on this piece right here, I'm going to stamp my flowers and my greenery and this little tag, these flowers, and then this flower right here. And if you're like, okay, now what is that? Let's count. I have a little cheat sheet right here, and they're already done. But let me show you how I did the flowers. Not that it's that hard. You could stamp them just straight, plain, any color you like I did the greenery. Because of the detail in the stamp, it's a distinctive stamp. The shading is already there. It's beautiful. Like even this, when you stamp this, you're like, wow, that is just so pretty. Because look at the detail in that. But to put a little bit of additional interest in the flowers, I'm using Misty Moonlight. I'm going to stamp it off. Then I'm going to use a dauber to make the centers of the flowers just a little bit deeper in color. Also, this little sprig, this little bud, I stamped it twice just because I wanted the stems green. At first when I was trying to assemble the card and everything was in Misty Moonlight, it's like, that's just not right. The flower stems should be green. So we'll do that too. Okay, so to do, I'll do these two here. The greens are just solid, straight up garden green. Hold on. I have pride. It's morning. I'm stamping in jammies. And it's early. Like, I've had a half an inch of coffee. Still sleeping. There we go. Okay, so Misty Moonlight. This is ready. My dauber's ready. Just one color. So, and I tried doing it in different colors. And the colors, I tried, let's see, boho. I tried boho and then doing daubering in Misty Moonlight. And it was not good. Does your scratch paper look like this with notes on it and stamp off on it? But this is boho and this is Misty Moonlight. And see how boho stamps a bit yellower, lighter? For me, it wasn't a good combo. Okay, so full strength, stamp off, then put color in the center of each of the flowers. A little bit more pigment. Keep in mind, the stamp is going to do all the detailing for you. Okay. And my goal was to get the flowers to be like a lighter, softer blue, just because the card itself, the Pebbled Path is a strong, solid color. The Wild Wheat is also a very heavy color, and I wanted these to look a bit delicate. So I'll do it one more time. Full strength, stamp off, then this goes in the center. And when you're using the dauber in the center, just a gentle touch and then a few times around, because if you do it heavy in just one touch, I'll show you what it looks like here on the back of the paper. I should show you what full strength looks like. This is full strength, which is beautiful too. But if you were to do stamp off and then just heavy, 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 well, that didn't turn out too bad at all. So that's full strength, and some of you might like that better. This one, when you do it heavy, you see the dauber mark. It's like, oh, right there, that's a circle. This one you see it just a little bit. That one not so much, but that's thanks to the stamp being distinctive. So just do tap, 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 kind of around in the area. Okay, so we did the dauber. We have them all done. I'll put this over here. So there's dies to cut out. Every one of these that comes in your bundle, and they're right here. So they're cut out. So let's start assembling this card. We'll start with this piece. You know what? I'm going to do it just a little bit backwards. And if you can, I'd suggest doing the middle layer first, only because when you go to layer your top layer on, you have something to line it up with. You could put this on here, build around it, and then see how it's a little bit cumbersome to put it under here, get it lined up, have it glued. Therefore, I'm going to start with the middle layer first. If you do the top layer, don't worry, it's just fun. So the middle layer, I have 2 of the big flower. I haven't done my little thanks words yet. So I have 1 of this flower, 1 of the branch, 1 of this one, and 1 more big flower. Okay, so all these will be used in just a minute. So I'm going to take a big dimensional, put it right there, put, I'm going to wait on the glue just a minute. I wonder if this could go here instead. Let me practice with this one. This one goes here. This goes here. That's kind of pretty. That. I think that would work. Okay, so this will go right about there. I'm just going to stick down this gold piece, and it gets attached. All that's glue. I had to put my finger there, otherwise flipping it over, I might lose track. And I'm going to put it up just a little bit high. And I want a hint of the designer paper showing through. I'm going to make sure that my rectangle is parallel with the edges of the paper. Okay, just like that. This. Let's hope that's in the right spot, because it's going there now. So this will be here. At this point, I'll put just 1 dimensional, because 1 dimensional is easy to pull up if needed. And it's always easy to put more dimensionals underneath. So for now, they each get 1 dimensional. This is going to go right about here. This one. Right about there. Here, I want them at a little bit of an angle. I'm trying to be all artsy. Okay. That's pretty. Okay, so I'll put glue at the tip and dimensional at the end. Maybe 2 dimensionals. Oop. I don't want it to show through. Okay. I was going to put glue there, but I don't know that the 3 dimensionals, that's really going to hold it up. Sometimes it's hard to stick to foil paper because it's kind of shiny too. Okay, so it's not in the way of the fold. And then this here, I really don't like the placement of the flower, but I think that the words thanks is going to go right over there. And so it'll be just fine. So to do the words thanks, there's plenty of room on your paper to do it, but I don't want to mess up my little thing, so everyone has packages of scrap paper, right? Okay, so pebbled path. Thanks. And I'm going to try to do it at the corner and straight so I don't have too much trimming to do. Oh, today's going to be a good day. Okay, so just a little trim. I might trim the bottom because I want the edge closer to the letters, not so much of a border. Oh, I could have used the garbage can scrap. That's okay. That's going to go right here. Right over the seam of the flowers. Okay, so that's done. So the reason I did this middle piece first was for this next step. So, oh, I didn't do the white rim. Do I want the white rim? You know, I don't know if I want the white rim. I could still put it on there. What do you think? I think I'm going to leave it off. Okay. So, this is distracting me. That's very pretty. So I'm going to put these 2 pieces on. And because I already have this done, it's very easy to know right where this goes. So that's the only reason that I did the middle layer first, just for this right here. Putting it in place is easy. And I'll put this on in a minute, but this would be very easy to put on right now. Okay, just like that. And now this piece, glue everywhere except not here. Oh, you know what would be smarter is to put the glue on the base paper. Then I know exactly where it goes. See, if I could be smarter every time, I might be smart. It's like putting on my glasses. Suddenly everything is in focus. Not that my eyes are that bad, but when I put my glasses on, things happen, especially right here at this spot. Around the rest of the house, same old me. Okay, and you notice how this paper that I cut crooked, it kind of makes the whole card look a little bit off. Oh, and you know another thing I noticed, which it's too late to change, is these words, I have them a bit lower so you could see the designer paper up there. This one is right up at the top. I'm going to pretend like I planned that because the paper is cut crooked, but I really do like that little bit of designer paper showing through. But it's still going to be awesome. Okay, so where are these other pieces? Here's the big flowers. One's for the inside. We'll use this one. And put it on just like that. And it will go on with dimensionals. You know, I was just thinking the inside panel, I used one only dimensional. They probably want more, more dimensionals. It's like, I'm barely hanging on here. You're gonna come back? That's what the flower is saying. Okay, I'll come back to it right here. Because these are on with just one dimensional. They deserve more than that. How about some little, bunch of little ones? It's easy to put them on, to add more. But if I had 3 of them, I was trying to pull it up, that probably would not be happening. They're stuck down too good. Okay. Ah, that's better. Okay, back to where we were. So now let's decorate this a little more. This piece, see, that looks good. Okay, so that one, this time I'm going to just glue it. On the sample, I did glue at the bottom and dimensional at the top. But this one, I could still try it. And I'm looking at how much of the leaf is at the edge of the card. I'm fine with however much it stretches up here, but I still want it to fit into the envelope. If it stretched out too much, it'd look really cute, but the envelope would say, not happening. Now this one, I love this little branch. I love the detail in it. Isn't that pretty? I tried doing it in, all different kinds of colors. I think I put them in here. Oh, so this is with the boho, and I tried balmy, and I had peacock leaves, and finally I was like, all of these options, they're just not working. This one is balmy. That's full strength moonlight. That's moonlight. Here's peacock leaves. Very pretty. The stamp is very pretty. There's no doubt about that. Misty moonlight. Then I tried spruce leaves. That's pretty. I think that's full strength Misty. And that's stamp off. It's like, well, that's kind of boring. So I guess you just have to try sometimes. Just try things out, see what works. Then put them in a bag in your stamp set, because you never know when you want to use it, it's like, where do I start? So this can go here. And I'll put glue here, but I don't think it's going to stick. That will have to be some strong, quick drying glue. Just like that. Then I'll stick that down in just a minute after it has a chance to set up. So for these two little mini flowerets, I'm going to use the stem, cut off the blue flower, and I'm going to leave just a little bit of green there as if the stem is holding the flower. And I'm going to trim the Misty Moonlight flower just a little bit closer. So see how I left just a little bit of the stem to attach to the flower? And the flower is just a little bit shorter. Okay, so that one's good. Now this one, like, isn't there a die to do this for us? Or what was Stampin' Up! Thinking? They should have them in different colors, right? They think of everything. Okay, so I just cut off a little ring around the outside edge and the blue stem. No blue stems needed. So let's build the flower. Doesn't take much. This one will go on right here. Perfect. This one will go, use my picker-upper tool. And if ever you stamp an image, you put glue on it, the glue kind of activates the ink and it makes it distorted, which, because this is going to cover it, it doesn't matter. But if ever you're working on different parts of a project and you put glue over a stamped image, beware, it might happen. It's no fun when it happens. Okay. My phone is telling me, good morning. I told you it's early. I set my phone to tell me good morning, or my wake up time was later, because if ever on the weekend I wanted to sleep like an extra, I have it right here, I need to see where the bow is going to go. If ever I wanted to sleep an extra half an hour or something, my phone was going and it was saying, hey, you need to take some steps. It's like, I'm not ready to be out of bed yet. I'm trying to sleep an extra half hour. So I changed it to, I'll wake up at 7, even though I wake up at 6 o'clock hour. Bow is going to go on with a dimensional, or with a glue dot, and then I'll follow it up with glue in just a minute. But the bow takes up a lot of real estate. I like the delicateness of this. I really don't want to cover up too much of my flowers. Maybe, well, I'm going to cover up stuff. It's like understated elegance. You know it's there. You know it's really cute there. That's all that matters. Okay, so if that's where the bow is going to go, then this, see, it's covering up those green leaves, which I think are just so pretty. You know what? because this is still wet, I might, and it's not, let me see if I can move this further out. Okay, it tore some of it, but that's okay. Because if the bow is going to cover that. So if I put it out here, and I know the bow is going to cover that. Yes, that was a good plan. Okay, so this, see now I can see more of the green leaves. Still covering up my little flower center bling. Okay, and then where's this one? This one can go. See, I like that bit of the greenery. Okay, these are going to be shorter. So this is going to go go right here. Just like that. Okay. I might make the ribbon a little bit shorter than planned, just because I really like that greenery stamp. Okay, let's embellish. So I'll do 2 big ones. And 1 little one. And then on the inside, I'll do the opposite. Whoops. Well, poor bow. This thing just gets torn up and put there. It's going to maybe cover some of the words. That's better, because now you could see this one, that one. You could see my favorite part of the greenery, and you can still read the words. Okay, so it's going to hang on right there. So you might want to put a little bit of a gap between your flowers and the greenery stamped image. Well, if it's not going to work, there we go. Okay, so the top is done, the middle is done. Now the inside, it's kind of easy. So this is going to go just like that. So now I know where to stamp the greenery. I'll try shaking this one up too. This one I'll put right here. So I have that just laying there. I'm going to scooch it over. Isn't that pretty? Oh yeah. And this one, this goes here. So this I'm going to put right about there. Look at these little dots. I wonder, I didn't put them on the sample, but how about Stamp Off Misty Moonlight? Let's see how that looks. Stamp off on the card. I'll try a few of them. Stamp off. I'm just going to leave it at that. Are enough showing? I think I might need a little bit more down here at the bottom, because the flowers don't show all the way through there. Okay. Because this is on the inside of the card, it just gets flat. No dimensionals. You could put dimensionals on if you want. Right about there. I'm thinking the overhang is good, but how much real estate do I have with the borders? And I think that's going to be good. Big one. They're really stuck. They're just so pretty and sparkly. Okay, and that's done. Okay, so this just gets stuck on the inside. And I think that's it for this project. So let me know if you have any questions about Avid Stampers or this bundle. Okay, there it is. So it's the same, but just a little bit different than the sample. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.